Dear USA, all nations are 7.9 plus billions of humans. I hope we are all on the same page on this regard. That I'm providing a very, very important, very, very crucial multitasking and also civil justice for myself. And with that said, I will quickly run through this civil justice sign off so that we can be on the same page. This session is all about the $1 trillion of scandal of housing supplies. Got it? I will quickly run through that overview. Keep it short, okay? I'll just work on how to keep it short. When I was working on the poverty-free at the end of the year 2030 voluntary project, I educated, all this, what are the raw materials needed to build a house. Iron, steel, wiring, cement, sand, rocks, glass, right? Those are all the higher level of that, and stainless steel, the copper, the aluminum, right? The paint. And these are all the very highest level of the housing supplies I provided. This is just keep it as an umbrella. Then the glass means I provided Saint Gobain, right? So they are the manufacturers of glass. Like how for retails like Walmart, for glass, for the housewares, it's mostly Saint Gobain. Okay. So, now what is the $1 trillion scandal is all about? The crime is all about. Now, these are raw materials, right? The aluminum, the copper, the stainless steel, the glass. These are all from Tamil Nadu. I know it is very much shocking, right? So, what is the proof? One of the little bit of the proof is I was working on that Italy Borsa stock exchange crime, right? And that is how I trace that sterilite copper in Tamil Nadu comes under the family of the London Stock Exchange, and that is why Queen Elizabeth created that crime. And because of that crime I displayed, Tamil Nadu sealed and shut down sterilite copper. I already said, right? It is still going on the case. The case is still going on in Tamil Nadu, and it's sealed and shut down for that crime they provided. And it was around that spring 2019-ish time only, around that 2018, 2019 time only. Right, and that's why I was telling that tax should not be paid, right? Remember, the entire year 2018 only, I figured out that last piece of the puzzle about that Italy Borsa stock exchange. And then when I tracked down for the raw materials, one of the raw material, copper, is being exported, it is provided by Tamil Nadu. And the crime provided by whom? London Stock Exchange. I just slapped left and right on the face of the Queen Elizabeth too. And when I was slapping on her face, Tamil Nadu sealed and shut down sterilite copper. I don't know whether they opened it, but I'm sure it's still a baby step because the crime is so skyrocketing and they're still working on it. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, I know Saint Gobain. Saint Gobain is there in Tamil Nadu too. So you all got the scandal all about, isn't it? Why exactly Walmart threw acid on me? It's all because of this crime I was displaying raw in front of the 7.9 plus billions of humans. All of a sudden, when the population left all their normal day-to-day chores and they started to witness all this crime, and they just could not take it because it's all raw crime, $1 trillion crime of tax, and $1 trillion of rightful belong to the population is being eaten raw daily by Queen Elizabeth the prostitute. I displayed it. Today, the 2001 proved it with Dr. Fauci's scandal of the mask, isn't it? They created the mask because they do not want all this crime to be again pop up. They want to divert the national operation entire towards the COVID-19 so that all this crime can be calmed down. They thought that's how this is an excellent behavioral pattern, how the foolish people will do when the true crime is displayed. Because they are in the hot seat, isn't it? Department of Health Services, Department of Justice, Department of Welfare Services, Department of Exports, Imports. You all got it now. World Bank, United Health Organizations, Europe Union, NATO, military, you name anything. Anything of a national operations. All are locked up in the chair. I locked them up. When Dr. Fauci provided masks, that I'm sure behind that hidden puzzle of that mass crime on one side, bottom in that one drop of their heart, they must be aware that this lady Vethapriya out of nowhere will stand up and will talk for entire human kingdom and will get justice. You all got it, right? Even how I'm disciplining Dr. Fauci and Dr. Brinks at the side by side. Now tell me, what is President Joe Biden going to say about this? Does he even know that St. Cobain is in Tamil Nadu? Or does he know even copper, sterilite copper is in Tamil Nadu? The stainless steel appliances, KitchenAid, wow, how famous it is, isn't it? No KitchenAid, no household, at least a small appliance will be there. So where is the stainless steel from? Tamil Nadu, India. Have you all heard about the word India? The Himalayas and the Mount Everest? Yeah, that place, that location only. Watch. More crime. Please puke. Whatever you want to puke on the face of Pope Francis. Let him die in ashes. Let him die in ashes. It's the cursed one. You puke on the force of Queen Elizabeth II. Do not fear her. No, I am there. Just puke. Puke whatever you want to puke. Even spit on her face. Let her die in the ashes. Either Queen Elizabeth should say she knows what is London Exchange, Stock Exchange, or Queen Elizabeth II should say never heard of the word London, never knows what is Britain, never knows what is England. Oh, that'll be super fun, isn't it? Don't you all think so? I do not want to go beyond this overview. I'll quickly read through this. It's already 8 minutes. I'll quickly read through the civil justice. Can you get it? Why the crime is skyrocketing? A drop of copper is $1 billion worth, isn't it? A drop of aluminium is $1 billion. A small piece of coal is $1 billion worth. So can you all count the particles? Oh, that'll be a lot of task for you all. Go count all how many sand particles are there. Just count all the total population of sand particles. You all must count it correctly. I know the count. Go count how many charcoal particles are there. I want you all to count only correctly. No wrong answers here. Sorry. And you all cannot discuss with your peers. You have to get your correct answers. You all have to count how many copper particles are there. Iron particles are there. Stainless steel particles are there. Polymer particles are there. The glass particles are there. The paint particles are there. Rocks particles are there. Right? The different types of rocks, right? The sedimentary rocks, and there are more rocks too. That means you all have to count even mountains too. Oh, cliffs. Oh, that'd be super fun, isn't it? Ha 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 ha. The length, breadth, and width of the cliffs. Is there a measuring tape for you all to measure? I don't know. Just count. Count. The trillions dollars of crime. Can she take away this? Can Queen Elizabeth and Pope Francis take away all the scars from all the population? No, right? How about can they at least create a new brain and give to each one of ourselves? That will be great, isn't it? I can ask for that for the civil justice? Oh no. I know what will be the answer. For me, that $500,000 trillion bank account will be super easiest civil just for me. You all are laughing, isn't it? I know. $500,000 trillion saves it all, right? Why my civil justice is so pricey, so costly, so stylish? This scandal of raw materials, of the trading scandal, export and import trading scandal is not one day, my dear fellow mankind. I already said Tamil Nadu is the richest location in the whole earth. Not today, forever. Imagine British ruling Tamil Nadu took away all the riches, right? Even she stole the crown that rightful belongs to me. Even after stolen all the riches, still, even this moment, this very second, Tamil Nadu is richest. That's a proof, isn't it? When I asked that United States of American government should provide me 100% chocolate cocoa shares, I was not joking. That Ferrero Rocher chocolate created in Italy, that cocoa producers, one of them is major producers are from Tamil Nadu, along with Somalia, along with Sudan. Each and every single African nation is richest. Richest means not in billions, trillions, no. Richest cannot be counted. That is how richest I am. But then how my blood drops are not able to drink a glass of milk, organic milk. How my blood drops in Africa, in India, in South America, mandated to walk without any footwear in the farmlands, risk their lives, and they have to work. Don't you all think when we all spit on the face of Queen Elizabeth II, civil justice is healthiest served, right? That is what the true civilians will do when they see the injustice raw. I already chopped the head of Queen Elizabeth II on October 2016 itself. I told you, right? They are dead already. And they are, with their actions, they are still proving how they are the ones who created all the hell. Right? So you all got it, why Walmart threw acid on me. It's a life proof, my dear fellow mankind. Life proof. If you go to Walmart, there'll be home housing supplies, isn't it? The lumber, the paint, the aluminium, the stainless steel. There's a sales tax, federal tax, and then what is one more tax? State tax. Along with it, costly. And I was only educated, nobody must pay tax. And that was right on the time that the week after that, they tracked me down and created the robocall poverty mandate. And they knew if they took away that $4,500, I will be in the poverty. See, I'm in the poverty mode, pauper mode, isn't it? Just because I was only educating wisdom, nothing but wisdom. This is how live demo means live. You're seeing that how wisest people will be always the sufferers in the hands of foolish, because foolish can never understand wisdom. Never. All along, the Walmart wanted the dollars from the Queen Elizabeth II. They did not want that to be taken down. Rather, they wanted to create poverty to me. And they thought they can live free. They cannot. They are handcuffed mode, right? I slapped on the face of Queen Elizabeth II. So just sitting in one spot, I was running all the nations fears me. You all got it, how my governance is, right? Just I have cane in my hand, that's all. I was educating only wisdom. One side I slapped Queen Elizabeth II. One side I educated what crap is that Italy stock exchange is for. Other side, in India and Tamil Nadu, they sealed and shut down the Sterlite copper. And the year after that, COVID-19. Don't all see how the supernatural power of the God functions, operates? And always when there is these kind of a scandal, it's always God's name alone be glorified. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, this housing supplies, right? Be it rental property or homeowners property or recreation property or shopping mall property or medical facilities or chemical plant facilities, you name it, or religious facilities, they are all comes under the category of housing supplies, isn't it? Without these minimum things, house cannot be built, right? It's a teamwork of strangers. Then after the housing is finished, then they have to do the plumbing, they have to do the electricity work. But that is only on the house level. But even before the land is designed and the zoning is provided per town class, per municipality, per village code, per zip code, it's all designed by the town planning development, urban development team. That is one part of the design process. Then, what then next? Construction workers go to those zoning area. They provide the cabling on the road, on left and right side. They build the curb one side. They make the coaxial cable or fiber optic cable. Fiber optic means it helps in the fastest internet and all the electricity to come fastest mode than coaxial cable. Coaxial cable was the oldest one. People are still evolving in the fiber optic cabling processing. That's all hard labor. When they have to design all this and they have to design for water, sewage system, where will the wastage products of each household will go? Will it go in a healthy processing? Or will it get mixed to the drinking water? Will the water be treated for the drinking water, showering? How much of labor is provided? Budgeting is provided, cost is provided, expense is provided. And then when all this is provided, people will enter into the house, right? Then that house becomes a sweet home, isn't it? How? How an empty house becomes a home sweet home. You all have seen that. I know you're laughing. I've seen that movie, The Home Sweet Home. Not Home Sweet Home, it's got what? Sweet Home Alabama? Yeah, it's a love comedy, right? Yeah, that movie. But then, that's just fun part of it. But on the reality I was educating, how a non-living thing, stone is a non-living thing, a rock is a non-living thing, a wood is a non-living thing, a painting is a non-living thing, a wall is a non-living thing, isn't it? A refrigerator is a non-living thing. A stove top is a non-living thing. A gasoline, electricity, heater, water, all are non-living things. Plants, gardens, nursery, they are living things. But then, how an empty house that is built only by strangers, the construction workers, when they are building the house, they will never know who is going to occupy that house. But how on the earth that house becomes home sweet home. I educated that. How an empty, non-living thing becomes alive. Right? How? When that house transitions to be home sweet home, and how it becomes a paradise, a heaven. Always humans living in peace. Always celebrating festival of love. right? Cooking food in only clean love. Talking, laughing out loudest, dancing, singing, hugging, kissing. How that non-living house becomes alive. I educated that. So it became 20 minutes with that overview of that. So yes, with this session, people will surely relate to, because these are all the keywords, isn't it? Because I was the only one human educating this to them. And that too in the poverty-free Earth End of the Year 2030 volunteer project. So boom, the people will get related easily. Oh yeah, this lady was talking, this lady was educating the worldwide. Until I educated, nobody knew what is house, nobody knew what is housing, nobody knew what job the construction workers do, nobody knew what is a carpentry job, nobody knew what is plumbing job, nobody knew what is electricity job. Nobody knew how the hard labor provided on the tar. The tar is a toxic chemical. If at all by any chance we walk on barefoot, our legs will be burnt. And those construction workers have to wear the preventative measure clothing. And they have to risk their own lives to feed. At the end of the day, they have to go and feed their family and children at the dining table, right? So they work hard, hot sun on the road. The tar is not an easy job. When I can work on how the complex systems work and can expand complex in a simplest form, for me, yes, I will have to get trained on what needs to be done in order to provide tar road. Then I can provide. But as of now, you're going to ask me to do, I will say, I don't know. Right? That's a talent they have, the construction workers, they have talent. But at what cost? Risking their own lives. Risking their own lives for whom? Beyond their families and children. For whom are they risking? The construction workers are real soldiers. They are the real veterans after all. They must be getting the entire veterans benefits after all. Free. Anything. But are they? No. There are white skin, black skin. At least Queen Elizabeth could have said, see, USA, there are white skins from Europe nations, just take care of them. I'll throw more luxury and just throw all the colored skin and the construction workers in the poverty mode. I'll pay double the luxury for you. What would you all have done? Let's say if you all were Senate or GOP or Congress or presidents of USA, what would you all have done when Queen Elizabeth educated you this? So it's never about the skin color. It's never about racism, right? Construction workers, no matter what, whether they're white or black, whether their ethnicity is different, whatever religion, faith, they have to be on the road. Sometimes, based on the situation, they even have to work on the odd hours, right? When we all sleep peacefully, they will be working on the road or highways, right? When it's a snow blizzard, that's what they do. People go clean the snow for the next day, so that the population can drive safely on the highways. For me, if I have to get training on those, because those vehicles needs to be driven in a very, very careful way, isn't it? So tell me, this scandal, this crime is $1 trillion crime, and educated. Right? So people got the education, population got the education. So population thought, if at all I take the Supreme Court job, worldwide knew people will be only in heaven. So they wanted me only to be the leader of each nation after all. But then these people, they never wanted. Because they wanted people to be fools. Only then they can be fooling population, isn't it? 30, 50 years passed by. Walmart still fooling people, and its comfort zone is that level only. Their brains are in the 1980s, 1910, 1900s brain. That is why there's a generation gap error. President Joe Biden must resign immediately now. Does he know what is stock exchange, or what is trading, what is import exports, and what are the raw materials that is coming into the inventory in the USA? Does he even know that? I don't think so. No. He will just faint seeing this raw truth, this live testimony I'm providing. That is always a proof, because without proof itself, people should believe me blindness. That is a healthy processing. But then there is also live proof here. Copper, COPPER, copper. It's all used in different forms. Without copper, no housing. Without copper, no wiring, electricity. Without stainless steel, without rubber, everything, all these are basic essentials. The lumber, they call it, the woodwork, woods. So what would you all have done? You keep working on it. One side, nobody knew that there must never be baby milk formula. And other side, even pet animal foods are also abused, exploited. And on the other side, these raw materials that needed as a basic essentials worldwide, for one nation it is more, for other nations emptied. So at the cost of people being poverty, the Africa, the India, the South America is giving all the luxury to the USA. What would you all have done? Okay, and my blood boiling part is what? I know USA is Tamil Nadu, isn't it? And I own USA. You all keep working on who am I. I will reveal it. Don't worry, I will reveal it. I will absolutely tell who am I. People already know when I finished my education, right? So people already know, who worked with me on that volunteer project, people know that who am I. What would you all have done? So next time, my dear fellow mankind, when you are going to see a copper or aluminum or stainless steel, you know it's all from Tamil Nadu. So then what more is I provided here? The toxic water pollution. Remember I said that? When all these chemicals and when all these toxins are merged or get mixed with drinking water, when people drink that water, it has lead in it or mercury in it. Those are the metals, right, that can react in an adverse way for our human operating system. Versus when we are wearing those metals as a jewelry, that creates a different that helps in the human operating system, blood circulation system. That is one of the reason why Tamilians wear gold jewels and silver jewels or pearls or any of that, any kind of the jewels. Because it creates the blood circulation. That's the reason behind it. Even to get the diamond in a rightful way, there's a long process. The charcoal is diamond after all. Will you wear a charcoal for a wedding ring? I know you all are laughing. Will you wear a wedding ring? If I give a charcoal, will you wear a charcoal for a wedding ring or a wedding chain or a earring? Yes, my dear fellow mankind. Carbon, the C word, CARBON in chemistry. No carbon, no chemistry. Carbon dioxide. Have you heard about it, right? Plants need carbon dioxide. We need what? We need oxygen. Animals also need oxygen. So it's a team work. People should be in a rightful thing, then the oxygen processing will be provided correctly. The gold, the raw gold cannot be used. It has to be thrown in the fire to get that real form of the gold, to be usable, edible, usable gold. So same for silver, same for iron, same for copper, same for aluminum, same for glass. They all must be thrown in the fire first. So there is always that saying, right? The proverbs or there's always a see, even the gold has to get into that fire to get into that usable mode. That is why when people are bombarded with injustice or unfortunate is happening, it is that time frame that God is working. They say that. Without any awareness, it was Pope Francis and Queen Elizabeth II who's creating all that unfortunates and accidents and crucifixions and injustice, but that's being bombarded with the civilians daily. Right? How many foreclosures? How many times bank they turn back on the population when they seek help? And how many homeowners they have to be evicted, or how many rental tenants have to be evicted just because they cannot pay, and they ask for bank for time and they just turn their eyes away. Not anymore, not anymore, not anymore. I am there, right? I'm there. It is even after I educated about the foreclosure process, still the reform for foreclosure process is being going on forever. For how long? President Obama's admin was 4 years. President Trump admin was 4 years, 8 years. I started into spring of 2014, right? So now we are in what? 2021, spring of 2021. Can you see the correct time part? Nobody have that answers for that, isn't it? Do you all have answers for that? I started in March only, that Poverty Free Earth End of the Year volunteer project. I started in the March, I don't know the name, probably, it was around that Malaysian Airlines, remember? That from China or whatever, it disappeared all of a sudden. Around that time only I started working on that project. So it's all God's time, labor, isn't it? So even during that COVID-19, if God wants to display God's name to be glorified, it's God's thing, God's labor. That is a proof. That's why there is a supernatural power that's also taking care of. Right? So all I was doing, only educating wisdom, and they threw acid on me. What would you all have done? If Walmart threw acid on your face, what would you all have done? Okay, there will be people who will file lawsuit. Okay, beyond that, scar is a scar, isn't it? And these people are men. They say they are the caregivers and they are the health creators after all. See, there's a live demo, right? So yes, what would you all have done? You keep working on that, and with that said, I will quickly read through this civil justice sign off. Did I finish it or did I have to read it one more? No, I don't think, because I gave the overview of this housing supplies, right? So I will quickly read through this. For I, Vethapriya Prose, proved scandal of absolute monarchs and proved Pope Francis's Roman Empire King Herod as of February 2021. Any salary, as in tax-free billions of dollars, USA government can provide effective immediate using direct deposit to my bank account. So I am that I am Vethapriya Prose, native Indian tribe, Israelite tribe, Christian Jew of Israel, Judah, Jerusalem, true owner of all nations worldwide. Can help me. Scandal phases of Republica, Europe nations worldwide. Republica, at fault found guilty, prostitutes at fault found guilty of fatal negligence, USA Republican government, and at fault found guilty of fatal negligence, USA Democrat government, USA-FCC-USDA-FDA retails, basic essentials types, housing supplies, agencies, nations, created robocall poverty mandate is proved, and enforced poverty disabled to I, Vethapriya Prose on October 2018 for Republican government of USA prostitute to steal the rightful Supreme Court judge of job of USA 2018 belonged to I, rightful belong to I, Vethapriya Prose. So civil law must be provided now without delay, because the housing supplies, the raw materials that is needed for the housing supplies comes under the exports import scandal. That is way beyond the drug dealing scandal. So we all saw drug dealing scandal. Now we are seeing the raw import export scandal. That's a proof. The copper, I tracked down, I nailed down on that raw materials, right? Walmart, the retailers could not take it because their job will be in hot oil, and it is still right now they have to go to only jail. So I, Vethapriya Prose, true civil lawyer, true civil doctor, true civil supreme judge, owned the text for ongoing civil justice sign-off, at fault found guilty of fatal negligence, USA Republican government and USA Democrat government, as in USA-FCC-USDA-FDA retails, basic essentials, error is what? Genetic modified housing supplies and organic housing supplies, agencies, nations, created robocall poverty mandate, and with fatal negligence failed to educate. USA cannot create robocall poverty mandate, and by default created Republica, USA robocall poverty mandate. So I, Vethapriya Prose, true civil lawyer, true civil doctor, true civil supreme judge, and Republican government, GOP leader Mitch McConnell, President Trump, Supreme Court Judge Brett Kavanaugh in October 2018 enforced poverty mandate by Vethapriya Prose abruptly on October 2018, and Republican government of United States of America took away $4,500 on October 2018 abruptly, and enforced finance debt of $10,000 plus since October 2018, October 2019, October 2020, and as of today, February 2021 I started, so that's why it's still there. To I, Vethapriya Prose, enforced finance disabled to I, Vethapriya Prose, abruptly it is crime for at fault found guilty of fatal negligence, USA Republican government and USA Democrat, USA retails, basic essentials, USA, FCC, USDA, FDA, enforced error is genetic modified housing supplies and organic housing supplies, agency, nations, created robocall poverty mandate is proved. When ruling USA, they never educated USA should never provide enforced poverty to I, Vethapriya Prose. So civil justice is I, Vethapriya Prose, want Citibank CEO to pay off my debt $10,000 plus and sign off tax-free $5,000, and at fault found guilty of fatal negligence, USA Republican government and USA Democrat government, USA FCC USDA for FDA retails, basic essentials, error is generic modified housing supplies and organic housing supplies, created robocall poverty mandate with fatal negligence, so must sign off tax-free $500,000 trillion to be direct deposited in my bank account for all types of damages done by selfish, cunning, Islam, Judaism, absolute monarchs types, wild endangered species and health creators, and at fault and found guilty, Holy Highness God of USA, Queen Elizabeth II, Pope Francis, and Republican government of USA will provide the needful help accordingly to be in the same page. Now tell me, what would you all have done? When USA is whatever you pick and choose, you go to the vitamin supplies retails, right? Like vitamin shop. Everything from Tamil Nadu. When I'm walking in the grocery store, When I have to pay for those dollars, I know that moringa plant, which is costing $15, $17, $20, $30 here in USA, each household will have that plant in the backyard. It's a staple food. Every single day they eat it. Garlic is a staple food. Every single day they eat it. No garlic, no household. Without garlic, no cooking, I would say. So, when they are getting all this nutrients, whatever thing from Tamil Nadu, what did USA do to Tamils like me, civilians? You tell me. This is beyond that native Indian tribe part of it. I'll come to that a little later. Okay? But I'm talking about any help, anything, the resource, the raw materials, the medications, the drugs, the vegetables, the fruits, everything, right? The spices. No bay leaf, no pizza. No bay leaf, no Pizza Hut. No bay leaf, no Domino's Pizza. No sugar cane, no sugar in USA. Now you all got it, how the USA has have that peanut butter jelly. How did they knew even that peanut butter is healthy? From Tamil Nadu. No peanut, no Tamil Nadu. No sesame seeds, no Tamil Nadu. Here people know only sesame seed. There in Tamil Nadu, out of sesame seed alone, they will cook lot of food, day-to-day basis. They will even take a spoon of sesame and chew it. Here Americans will get freaked out seeing the sesame seed itself. Oh, it looks like a bug. There are different varieties of sesame seeds alone in Tamil Nadu. Even for pepper, even for salt. It's a land of spices. I already said, land of spices. So even during that Vasco da Gama year and the Christopher Columbus times, they just brought all those Tamils as slaves only. So they have to pick and choose which state is tropical climate, at least close aligning with the Tamil Nadu weather climate. That is state of Texas, southern states, California, then South American climate, right? Even African climate too. So what went wrong? Even in the software processing for just robots only, they are only machines, right? This laptop which I'm using is a machine. If I'm going to stomp on it, it will die. But for fixing the errors for the robocalls, you should go only in software world. How on the earth they will even work during weekends, break their heads, they will work. Do you know that? So I educated, okay humans, hey humans, just for robots, the machines you are working like that to fix it. What on the end went wrong? Why nothing got fixed? Humanity got destroyed. Nobody had answer because nobody could figure out the root cause. Now everybody knows the root cause. Queen Elizabeth II, the prostitute. Pope Francis II, the prostitute. Islam leaders, the prostitute. Dalai Lama, yoga gurus, the prostitutes, they all destroyed the humanity. Tax, the tax, the tax, the tax. What would you all have done? What would you all have done? So when I get a KitchenAid, let's say when I have a KitchenAid vessel or any of the cookware stainless steel vessel, I know it is from Tamil Nadu, right? Because no stainless steel, no Tamil Nadu. At least one household will have at least one stainless steel spoon at least. There is never this, here the coral, the Lennox, they are the higher grades of that cooking, the Platts Graph, right? There are so many brands. I'm aware of those brands. I like those. I like designs, I already said, right? And then the cookwares, the dinner sets, I like the white base. This is me, about a little bit about me. So people might like all designs and all other designs, but for me I like that plain white with little bit of self-design, or my choice is like that. I like that way. It's just me, that's all. That's a little bit about me. So, a long time back, it used to be only few years back, only that stainless steel kitchen appliances became famous, isn't it? So, you all know when you're going to see a stainless steel appliances, Tamil Nadu. When you're going to see the glass, you'll know it is Saint Gobain. Saint Gobain is in Tamil Nadu too. Yes, my dear fellow mankind. What went wrong in humanity? What went wrong in humanity? You all work on. Yes, you can very well keep puking because more crime is on the way. It went beyond galaxies, isn't it? Can you all measure where is galaxy? The crime went beyond the galaxy, so there is more crime I have to display. Right? Crime is a crime. They cannot get away free with it. They provided injustice to me, and I must get the civil justice right in front of the entire human kingdom. So USA is in what mode? Kneel down mode right in front of Tamil Nadu. Nobody will ask why. Nobody. So what would you all have done? Can you see my emotional disturbing part of it? It's creating hurt feelings, that's all, right? It's creating a lot of hurt for me. For how long this raw materials crime has been going on beyond 1,000 years? Not even 500 years old. It's beyond 1,000 years. Even before the United States was created. And yes, I sure civil justice wins is the wisdom always. And it took 48 minutes, so close to 49, 50 minutes I would say. But it's still, you all should know, right? When you're going to see the copper, you'll know it's from Tamil Nadu then. When you're going to see the copper next time, you know that Italy stock exchange boards are created crime. That is going to be sealed and shut down anyways, indefinite. When it is going to get sealed and shut down indefinite, who else will be shut down? You got it. London Stock Exchange, Scotland Stock Exchange, Ireland Stock Exchange, Denmark Stock Exchange, Finland Stock Exchange, Netherlands Stock Exchange, Iceland Stock Exchange, Greenland Stock Exchange, Poland Stock Exchange, Australia Stock Exchange, New Zealand Stock Exchange, France Stock Exchange, Germany Stock Exchange, Istanbul, Turkey Stock Exchange, Greece Stock Exchange, Africa Stock Exchange, Cairo Stock Exchange, Egypt Stock Exchange, United Arab Emirates Stock Exchange. When I'm saying exchange, can you all even be aware of the trillions and trillions and trillions dollars worth of crime providing the trading alone. New York Stock Exchange. New York Stock Exchange is the one must be fearing me only. The moment COVID-19 was announced, I am absolutely positive that New York Stock Exchange must have been shattered in pieces. Because when I was educating, everybody got the educated right there. It's the same time education, right? So people were thinking they can keep on fooling the population. They can keep on. So we all solved it. I solved it, right? The never-ending loop of poverty is, the chain is broken, isn't it? Nobody have to pay tax anymore. The tax agencies will be sealed and shut down. So the Senate, Elizabeth Warren of state of Massachusetts, saying she wants to propose for what is that? One more time. Tax for richest people, the billionaires. It became invalid. When nobody have to pay tax, how on that that proposal even be valid? If at all she proposes that, it's a crime after all. She has to pay another $500,000 trillion to me. So she made a mistake. I could see innocence in that lady. But then it's best for that lady not to talk until all the civil justice are served. If you see, it's a generation gap again, right? Their brains are all in that 19th century, 18th century more. But we are already in the science and technology. The robots also got their upgrades to be drones. The humans, they are proudest to be lagging behind, to be in the caveman era. So what exactly went wrong? So you all got it, right? So first of all, these true criminals must be fried in ashes. Then we can live in peace that passes understanding, right? So that's pretty much it. So you all got the scandal and you all got it. Why Walmart threw acid on my face, isn't it? It's because I displayed their crime upfront with the people, with the population. They could not take it. They just could not take it. I provided the same retail infrastructure design to everybody, right? It was like a team process only. Whoever wants to use that as a template, then they get to have the design. Amazon took the design. The moment I was educating about the India, the Tamil Nadu, the retail giant Amazon ran to India. The Facebook got vigilant because I was working in Facebook only. So Facebook got that wisdom. So Apple slowly, the Foxconn crime, I displayed that Foxconn crime. So Apple thought, okay, I don't know whether it opened its space in India, probably it is. And then that Foxconn is a Taiwan company, it's my understanding. It was during the Scott Walker time, they opened it in state of Wisconsin. Foxconn. I displayed the Apple crime with the Foxconn, how the Chinese facility, the population are exploited. That is another life proof, my dear fellow mankind. Otherwise, why would Foxconn be even bothered to come into the business with state of Wisconsin out of nowhere? So those are all the life proof how nation leaders worldwide just quietly listening to my wisdom. They got it. They all in their hearts, they must be saying, oh, this lady is enough to take down Pope Francis and Queen Elizabeth II. This is the moment everybody was expecting after all. There is no doubt on that. Nobody can deny in that also. Right? No other go. People in the survival, they have to say, they have to bow to Queen Elizabeth II. They have to do whatever Queen Elizabeth says for crap to do, they have to do it. But at what cost? What cost? This is the deadliest crime, isn't it? Deadliest crime. This crime of the raw materials for the housing, this is the trade, it's the Italia Stock Exchange Borsa crime. It went beyond galaxy. So providing baby milk formula in the grocery, the crime touched already the galaxy, and this crime went beyond galaxy, and there is more crime which will go beyond. And you all keep puking. It's a puking time, and it's payback time. It's a civil justice time, right? And just eradicating the mask time as well. How many of you all want to wear mask for how long? For how long? Just for wearing that mouth mask, nobody likes it. Don't you all think I have to get the job offer, I have to be the Supreme Court judge, then I have to help all this Islam population who are mandated to wear the hijab and burqa? I'm absolutely positive the women, they do not like to wear it, but they are forced to wear it, no matter what. That's wrong, my dear fellow mankind. That's absolutely wrong. So, in this session, we saw the deadliest crime of Italy Stock Exchange Borsa. So this is how the program logic works. It will keep on going on, checking for, it looks as if it's getting repeated, but it keeps on working on the logic, algorithm, the loop, and then finally it nails down the error, the true criminal, and just displays the true criminal. This is how. I'm displaying Queen Elizabeth as a true criminal, right? So Italy Stock Exchange Borsa will be sealed and shut down any moment as well. I have to step in, I have to educate how the trading and the stock exchange should work, should operate. Yes, my dear fellow mankind. Dr. Fauci, Dr. Brinks, when they mandated mask for $1 trillion scam, they got a salary for $1 million. When I displayed the true criminals to USA, don't you all think I must get $500,000 trillion? That's the cheapest medical finance aid I can get for the damages done to me by absolute monarchs only. Walmart should pay the $5,000. That is enough for me from the Walmart. But for Walmart provided the deadliest crime, $500,000 each billing. Because the moment it is feeding poison to the population, the entire retail design itself is wrong, is proved, isn't it? Not even wrong, it's crime, it's proved. So the entire business model process crashed in pieces. That's what I want to say. The softer line starting with the starting word, crime, wrong. And Walmart must be in the jail only. Must be sealed and shut down immediately. There is no time for them to live free. I can bail them out. That's all. And they have to wait when for my mercy to provide the bailout for them. The Walmart. Everybody knows Walmart. At least in America. So humanity got destroyed. So who destroyed? Pope Francis and Queen Elizabeth and absolute monarchs. So who should pay $500,000 trillion? Pope Francis, that's all cheapest. So it is like, do not never. So that means with this discipline, Pope Francis will anyways be gone in ashes. Nobody will dare to become Pope at the first place. Nobody will dare to be an absolute monarchs at the first place. Because absolute monarchs organization will not be there. It's as simple as that. And nobody will dare to be the Jesuits leader anymore, because those organizations will be shut down as well. I will be the Vatican leader and I will provide the guidance. So it's already 1 hour, so that's all pretty much from my end. And yes, this housing supply scandal is a trillions and trillions dollars worth of scandal. The live proof. The live criminal scandal of Italy stock exchange Borsa. And that is an umbrella. There are so many different organizations that comes under that umbrella. All Europe nations only. All Europe nations. That is a proof that while London is the purest form of Islam, paganism, Zionism, atheism, communism nation. USA was wanting to take down all the communism nations, right? That's how they went to the Asia. They never knew or knows London is a communist nation until I educated. What does President Joe Biden will do? Will he strike a bomb on London when he was able to strike a bomb on Syria, being a fool? What happened in his brain? I was educating when Syria is wanting for a war, just all the nations move back. Just back off. Let that foolish Syria leader do the war. He will get it from me. I know how to discipline that Syria leader. I educated this. So what went wrong in the brain of President Joe Biden? Why he lost his common sense? Why he is proved that USA is one more comedy? He proved the USA to be a clown, isn't it? When all the nations are in crisis and when all the national governments are panic mode, that the systems are broken in pieces, there is no good leadership anywhere in the nations. If at all the Syrian leader, the evil, the prostitute leader wants to provide a war, what President Joe Biden should have done? Should have allowed him to be foolish, because I am there, isn't it? I know how to take down Syrian leader. I already allocated death penalty for him on his spinal cord. He cannot move left or right. He cannot even ask help from Queen Elizabeth II. See, all these people, the patterns is what? They all were thinking they can do whatever they want for a crap. Nobody will ask them, because they are all coming under, they are all prostituting with Queen Elizabeth II, and Queen Elizabeth II will cover them up. But that's not the way it's going to be. Watch and see. Syria leader will be gone in ashes. Syria leader, can you hear him? I will spell it out. Syria. I think that is the right spelling, correct spelling, I think. Yeah. The Syria leader will get out of the earth, be gone in ashes in volcano in Hawaii. So, President Joe Biden got the curse. Got it? I don't know who guided him to throw the bomb in Syria or Syria, whatever. He got the curse. So, when all I was trying to prevent that curse, I was just asking him to get out of the White House, go live your retirement life, means I'm just helping him out. Right? I already said I do not want any of the other government population to get more curse. Just get out of that processing. Now what President Joe Biden going to say about this? He used that bomb strike or whatever in Syria is wrong. He's proving he's not fit to be a leader. Right? So people have to leave this foolish fool to be a fool. That's all. Fools can never understand wisdom. President Joe Biden, with blinded eyes, just cannot understand my wisdom, means then that's not my problem. That's not my problem. So housing supplies, the copper, the charcoal. So you all got it. The charcoal is only his diamond. So tell me, it's almost like how blood cells is becoming milk. Is it a miracle or what? Even the pearls, the true pearls, you see that white pearls, it's created from the shellfish? The shellfish, I think, or I don't know. I educated them. It takes that much of time to create that pearl. But then people, they did forming lab created pearls. It's the same for diamonds also, right? Lab created diamonds to make look like a real diamond, but it's not a diamond. Just to make it affordable for the population, that's all. So, do you all have any answers how pearl can be created out of nothing, out of nowhere, out of the blue? How a charcoal can be even a diamond? So, population are paying for charcoal the costliest dollars, isn't it? But then, if you are going to see, it is all the cost is for what? Labor one part, but then it is beyond that how it gets transitioned from coal, all the way from the charcoal, carbon to the diamond. And even when it is a raw mode, nobody can use it. It has to be in an edible form. So they have to do the cuttings for the diamond. It's a very crucial labor they have to do it. They have to cut the diamond only in that direction, only in that way alone, for a diamond to display its light, right? A true diamond knows. Everybody knows the true quality of a diamond. Then there is a platinum, more in jewelry type, gemstones, right? Different gemstones, and these Chinese people, they came up with lucky gemstones. Back in Tamil Nadu, there are a lot of gemstones, and they tell, oh, if you're going to wear this will create this luckiness for you, like that. Innocence. In true Christianity, God only created every single day. God only created the seconds and the times and the minutes. God knows everything, so why would even people have to believe on those? But then it's another brain emotional manipulation process after all. That's a crime, isn't it? And it's all created by Pope Francis only, not even China. China means Pope's cloned face is only Dalai Lama. Got it? Can you get that wisdom after all? The Pope face is only Dalai Lama to destroy the Asian nations in the form of Dalai Lama. So you all got it, why and how always one human cannot provide all this destruction. There needs to be a globalized, systematic network must be formed. And they did it. If you're going to see the European nations, it's a small landmass in the map, world map. They want it that way. That means people not have any, the brain will not even think, oh, it's a very small land, who cares more, right? But all this crime started and is being only provided by Europe nations. London is the one nation that's heading with all this globalized crime. So today, the copper, proof, right? Saint-Gobain, the glass. Housing supplies. Housing supplies, the cement, the concrete, the sands, the rocks. How all these non-living things provides help for the non-living housing to become a home sweet home as a teamwork. The cement never knows who is going to come and live in that home. The concrete, when they're putting on the concrete roads, they'd never know. Or there's wooden lumbers, used for wooden doors and the framing, they never know. The painting never knows. So what went wrong in humanity? You all keep working on it. Were you all able to find a difference between what is the difference between Pope Francis and the other presidents and other national leaders? Keep working on that as well. And I want only correct answer. And work in silence. Do not ask your peers. Okay? Thank you all for your time. Take care. Bye for now.